Welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Randazzo, and I am joined by my two extremely excited co-hosts. To my right, it is the one, the only, Uncle Sam.
Hello.
And to my left, it is none other than our very own, Mr. Zolo, Mike Palazzolo.
Blessed.
And behind the computer, absolutely pounding his own pigeon, it is Bruce, the tugboat Venditti.
Howdy.
Hey, put that back on.
Wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, hit the
put
Bruce
that shit
cam.
back
That's
on.
the first time
What
I've
the
seen the
fuck?
Bruce cam.
The Bruce cam.
That's the first time I've seen the Bruce cam in the flesh. I'm back. Thank you guys for holding it down in my absence. I'm very happy to be here. Been waiting for this day for a long time. It's fucking football eve. We've made it. We made it through baseball season. We made it through the scorching hot days of summer. It is finally time to settle in on Sunday and on Friday and on Thursday and on Monday and watch football. I can't wait. Before we get into it, we got a lot to cover today. Before we do that, Uncle Sam, how's your week been so far?
Great.
How were the last 2 weeks in my absence?
No comment.
Oh, wow. Wow. I was shocked to see you guys didn't replace me and President Baker didn't come on for any show.
You know, I tried for Carl. I pushed
Really?
for Carl.
Little Ravens talk, eh?
Yeah.
And what happened with that?
Nothing came of it.
He one day I was like, we're fucked over here. And then the second day is can't Peladig.
Can't Peladig.
Yeah.
Bruce, how have you been?
Fantastic.
Zolo, how's your week going so far? How were the last two? How was any pickle? Anything
Oh,
happening?
tons of pickle. I'm really good. There's a ranking system for pickle.
Uh-huh.
And we're trying to figure out where we rank, but we think we're good. We think we're pretty good, and we can keep up with people around here at least. Had one of my better Labor Day weekends. I usually hate Labor Day. Can't stand it. I know you're big on summer. I'm not. I'm so good with the fall. This is my favorite time of year now.
September's still summer.
Not for me. Football's here. Had a great Labor Day though. I went to the Renaissance Festival on Sunday.
You did. Uncle Sam's a big Renaissance Festival
Oh,
guy.
absolute
Hold on.
blast.
That's inaccurate.
Why is that inaccurate?
Diana had to go there and do some filming shit for her.
I thought you enjoyed the Renaissance Festival.
No, I didn't. It was absolutely fucking. Excuse me.
Okay, why did you enjoy the Renaissance Festival?
It was just fun. Like the vibes were good. Like I saw knights kill each other. It was so good. Not actually, but there was actual.
Yeah, if they actually killed each other, it would be cool.
It'd be even better.
Yeah.
But there was the hand. They call it the hand combat. So it's when they get in a square and battle each other. They're wearing a lot of armor, and some guys are old. Like there's different levels. Like apparently there's professional knights. Like they go to Poland every year for this competition in Italy. But there's a level where it's like MMA, it's like locker boxing, where the goal is to get the other guy on the ground. So they're slew footing and they're beating the shit out of each other. Full blown jousting, which looked incredible. It was so cool to see in person. I didn't get a turkey leg because they didn't get their truck and it was completely sold out. The food was crazy, but it was fun. I regret not.
I ate 3 of them fuckers the last time I was there.
I believe it. A lot of fun though.
I haven't been in years, but I recall the turkey legs. Turkey legs were good. Did you do any barbecuing on Labor Day?
Yes.
What'd you make?
Burgers and dogs.
Just simple burgers.
All American. Burgers and dogs.
You?
Burgers and ribs.
Burgers and ribs. Wow.
Sliders and ribs.
Yeah, my Labor Day meal was the first back in the U.S., and so I chose Burger King as my first meal back in the U.S. I did some of the fiery chicken fries and a double Whopper with cheese.
I usually get triple Whoppers.
You do?
I do.
See, it's a lot of meat.
I love it.
That's a lot of fucking meat. But
You say it's not that much?
Too much.
too much
I
meat.
love it.
Too much.
You want to know what I did, though? So I DoorDashed it because I'm lazy. And instead of getting the fries from Burger King, because I'm not huge on Burger King's fries, I double dashed and got the fries and a Coke from McDonald's and the burger and the chicken fries from Burger
But if you're going to get fries from somewhere else, you should have just got Arby's.
Arby's does have,
Curly
I
fries.
agree with that. Arby's
Curly
does
fries and
They
fucking...
have excellent chicken tenders, too,
Yeah.
by the way.
Arby's?
They have the artisan chicken tenders.
I'll tell you what, underrated, their burger that they have,
At Arby's?
yes, is fucking outstanding.
At Arby's.
Yes.
The Arby's burger.
The Arby's... They
Better
have
than a Whopper.
They have a bacon burger and they have a fucking regular burger. They were better than fucking Whopper.
Really?
Yes.
See, everybody loves McDonald's fries. I think they're third on my list.
Okay.
Because if I had to pick fast food fries,
Yeah.
because a lot of people count Five Guys as fast food. I don't count Five Guys as fast food.
No, it's too expensive to be fast.
And they don't have a drive-through. So fuck it.
$200 for fucking like 12 burgers. Crazy.
If I had my definitive fast fry ranking, Wendy's is number one. Wendy's has the best fast food fries. Then Arby's, then McDonald's. Hands down. Wendy's fries still have the potato skin on them.
You know what
They're
else?
fucking good.
Arby's has fucking jalapeno poppers.
Really?
And they got this raspberry dipping sauce. My God, it's fucking good.
My God.
Wow.
It was outstanding.
We're going to have to get on the Arby's.
Telling you, man, get on the Arby's thing, and it's limited time because they don't really do burgers.
Yeah, I didn't think
know,
Arby's did a burger. I thought it was just beef.
Yeah.
Roast beef.
Very good. Underrated. Underrated.
Let us know in the chat what you think of the new camera angle. We changed it up a bit today. We have a sky view going on now for the triple cam, so let us know. Bruce, can we see your face one more time? Yeah, look at him. He has to stay awake now.
What do you mean?
You got to stay awake back there.
I'm always awake.
Well, I'm just
That was
saying.
when we
yeah.
first started this that I was falling asleep.
Yeah, remember the days when Bruce used to be asleep behind the cam?
He fucking sucks.
All right. We got some news to talk about. We're going to go through some divisional picks really quick. I promise. It's going to be fast. And then we're going to pick our games this weekend because we don't have a Friday show this week in honor of Gary's Kentucky bachelor party. So, with that being said, we got a packed show. So let's get right into it. Unless you're living under a rock, you probably heard that Ricky Pearsall, rookie wide receiver for the San Francisco Chargers, got shot in the chest.
What?
He got shot in the chest.
What team?
Oh, the 49ers. I'm sorry. I said Chargers, didn't I? My bad. I was thinking Lad.
Okay.
Got shot in the chest, got his Rolex stolen from him on the streets of San Francisco. He was hospitalized. He has since been released. They said that he was
practicing.
Yeah, he's at practice, but he is on IR.
It was a clean through and through. Didn't
Clean-
hit any
yeah.
organs.
Just zipped right through him.
Zipped right through him.
Practicing?
Yeah.
He was at practice.
It's at practice.
At
yeah,
practice.
Dude, he's practicing.
I don't.
It's a clean in and out.
He's on
Get
IR.
that, Bruce?
He's on
In
IR
and
for
out?
4 weeks. He's on IR for 4 weeks.
He's gonna miss the first
If you
4
run hard
We'll
enough
see.
or you move hard enough, a stitch comes out.
We'll see. We'll see.
I
But they charged this teenager kid that shot him with attempted murder and a couple other things too,
Good.
obviously.
But if he's not an adult, it lessens the
guess
charges.
what?
So they're
This is
pushing
what happens
through.
when you live in San Francisco. It's a shithole.
shout out to Dark Lumen.
Lumen,
Yeah.
where you at?
Shout
Yeah.
out to Dark Lumen, Cumin, whatever your fucking name is.
Other news. Jamar Chase practiced today. It surfaced last night that if the Bengals did not get a deal done for him, which paid him 1 penny more than Justin Jefferson before tomorrow, that he would miss week 1.
He practiced today, right?
He practiced, but
He's playing.
Honest to God, I don't think he's going to.
I think he's playing.
I think he's going to sit at least week 1.
I think he
really
plays.
do.
I'm with you, Uncle Sam. I think he plays.
I think he plays.
He
don't want to watch his team go down. He don't want to be responsible.
I think he plays.
Yeah.
He was fully practiced today. I think
If
for
he
the
fully
first time.
practiced, he's playing.
So, but that one's going to be one to watch, especially that has a ton of fantasy implications. So keep an eye on it. Ayuk finally got paid. 4 years, $120 million with $46 million guaranteed. Thoughts on the contract signing? $30 million a year.
It's about average.
That-
It's the going rate.
Going rate.
It's the going rate.
Are we kind of surprised that it got done?
No.
Not over the last 2 weeks, no.
No.
Would have been if you told me 3 weeks ago.
What's interesting is Trent Williams. Did he practice?
Trent Williams
restructured.
He practiced.
No, but did he practice today?
Yesterday he walked through. They haven't practiced today.
No.
But he'll probably practice. I don't know if it's enough time to get him going for Monday.
Right.
They think it will because it's Monday. They think because it's Monday
he's
Night
a
Football.
veteran, and I don't think it matters as much to guys that have been in the league as long as he has as it does to other guys that are just learning a system and a couple years in. It's a little different. This guy's a seasoned vet, knows what it takes. I don't think he'll miss a step. I don't.
So he ended up with.
I mean, he might need some time to get acclimated because he hasn't played football. He's his endurance. Maybe he sits out the last quarter of the game if it's a blowout and they don't need him. Maybe then he goes to the bench. But,
yeah, he's going to be. It's 3 years, 83 million was his restructure amount.
he's the best left tackle in football. I mean,
that makes him the third highest paid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell's the best left tackle in football. He just
No, he's
hasn't
not.
played the left
No, he's
tackle
not.
position. yet.
Best left tackle in football is Trent Williams.
If you look at the 49ers contract situation right now,
Yeah, they're fucking.
it's actually mind-blowing, but it is, without question, solely comes down to Zolo's thing where you have to capitalize when you have a quarterback on a friendly deal. Brock Purdy's
And that's this year.
the 79th highest paid quarterback in the league, and everybody else is top 15 at their respective positions on the 49ers roster.
And they're going to have to pay this clown if he has a good year this year and they're successful. They're going to have to pay him.
They're not going to have a choice.
They're not going to have a choice.
And at that point, then you're going to probably start to see some cap casualties and all that.
Did Jerry Jones ever sign Colin Kaepernick? I heard he was going to sign him.
Jerry Jones.
No.
No, he didn't.
No.
No,
So that was bullshit.
I thought Kaepernick's coaching for the Chargers last I heard.
No, that didn't
That
happen.
didn't happen either.
No.
Pat Surtain signed. He is now. It's a record-breaking extension for him. 4 years, $96 million, making him the highest-paid corner in the history of the NFL, with $77 million guaranteed.
Going rate.
That's a lot of money.
He's good.
Gardner will command more than that next
I
year.
think Pat Surtain is the best cornerback in the NFL. I think he's worth the money. Bruce, see if you could pull up that graphic on the 2013, 14, whatever year, or 15, 16 Alabama. The guys on that team have now accounted for $1 billion in contracts. Over $1 billion as of Surtain today.
Let's see.
Go to the Alabama football Twitter.
Alabama football Twitter. We are going.
I don't have Twitter on here.
So while I pull this up, you think that Sauce Gardner surpasses that next year?
Yeah.
He might, yeah. It's going rate.
He'll take more. He'll command more money.
So as far as
Whatever you're trying to do there, you might as well just stop right.
that's
right
B
there.
for billion. Former
The screen's for
I got
me.
it right here. Former Alabama players have signed $1 billion in off-season NFL contracts this year. That's insane. That's absolutely.
Yeah. That's what happens when you put all them guys in the NFL every year.
Jalen Hurts,
In the first
Tua,
round.
Josh Jacobs, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Quinnen Williams, Christian Barmore, Patrick Surtain, Trayvon Diggs, Xavier McKinney.
Yeah. And you're going to look at the next year, you're going to look at all the slew of Georgia guys, and they're going to have over $1 billion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably right.
Yeah.
So the only holdouts left now is Hassan Riddick, which is probably the most mind-blowing one out of all of
I
them.
can't believe that they would trade a guy and the Jets would agree to that and not have a fucking contract in place.
What changed?
To me, that's crazy.
What
no?
changed? Like between the trade and now, what changed?
Right.
They didn't have a fucking they didn't even negotiate a contract before they fucking traded him. That to me is mind blowing. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
And he did a press conference with them, like, I'm excited to be here.
He did when he got, I was happy to be there, blah, 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 excited. Yeah, great, yes, fuck. And now, where is he?
He's the only player holding out. He has not been in the facility.
So what are they going to do with him?
I don't know. What do you do?
Yeah, he gets fined. At the,
Well, I mean, but he's not even under contract.
Yeah.
Well, he is under contract.
He is under contract. He wants more money.
Under contract. He thinks he's underpaid. It's the same thing
Oh.
as Ayuk, same thing as Chase. He's under contract.
Well,
He has already been ruled out of Monday night's opener.
he is.
He is ruled.
Yeah.
Guy hasn't played in a month.
We finally have some news on the Patriots starting quarterback. I was wrong. It wasn't Drake May. I was messaging you guys in and saying that I thought it was going to be Drake May.
I
It's Jacoby.
sided.
He's not the starter.
I sided with Drake May as well.
Jacoby Brissett is the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sided with Drake May as well.
I don't really understand it. I don't like
No,
it.
because here's what they're going to do. They're going to go with Brissett. He's played a lot of football for different teams, not only fucking New England, and he has more experience. You got to go with the guy with the experience.
Yeah, but you're going to be dog shit anyway.
Well, here's the thing. If they struggle and they're as bad as what people think they're going to be, Drake May's in there by fucking week 4. And he'll be starting the whole fucking time.
I think-
so. It doesn't matter.
This whole experience thing is great.
You can't go
theory.
backwards. You can't start Drake May, have him shit the bed hard,
But he's good at shit
and
the
then
bed.
fucking go to Brissett.
They're going to shit the bed regardless.
Well,
if there's anybody in the
it
Patriots
makes-
facility
It,
who
it makes
thinks,
no sense to start a guy with zero experience over a guy who's been playing in the league for fucking 6-7 years.
yes, but every other team's doing it. Washington's doing it.
Yeah, but
Chicago's doing it.
listen, they have a choice.
Denver's doing it.
They have a choice.
But that's
They
what
don't
makes
have a
sense.
choice.
The NFL's
their
not.
backups are not as good as they are.
I don't know.
Anybody, the guy backing up, who's backing up Jaden Daniels in Washington? You think he's better than fucking Jaden Daniels?
I don't even know who's there.
No.
Brissett, you think Brissett's better than Drake May?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Then, then
he's
whoever
played more football.
he's played more football, it doesn't mean he's better. If Jacoby Brissett right now is a better quarterback than Drake May, then whoever drafted Drake May should be fired. Period.
The only reason I'm not starting Drake May is if it's detrimental to the team, if it's going to hurt the team. Because the best way to develop Drake May is to give him reps.
Correct.
You need to
I
get him
agree.
reps. Even if he's sitting behind Jacoby Brissett, like, I don't know. These
To
other
watch.
rookies, other than Penix,
You need to
all
watch
these other
and
rookies
look.
are starting.
Right.
Bo Nix was named a captain today and didn't go nearly as high as Drake May did. So unless there's something up with Drake May, unless you think he's going to hurt you, I think you start him. I think it's odd. Maybe there's something.
I think it's good to let young quarterbacks sit behind a vet so they can actually learn how to fucking play the game.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't think Drake May was Mayo's pick.
Probably not.
It was not his decision. It was not his pick, and he don't really.
And
fucking
I don't
like
even
him.
think it was the head coach's decision, to be honest with you.
No,
No.
not at all. That's what I'm saying.
Whoever's
That was a
GMing
Robert
over there,
Kraft decision.
whoever's GMing over there fucking made that call.
No, I don't even think it was him.
Yeah.
That was solely a Kraft pick. That was it. And I think ultimately,
But what was their choice? Their choice would have been between McCarthy, fucking Penix, who else? Who's the other one?
Bo Nix.
And Bo Nix.
I don't think that the Patriots organization
If you were
wanted
the
this quarterback
Patriot,
play.
if you were the Patriots and you're the fucking head coach of that team, what's his fucking name?
Gerard
Mayo.
Mayo.
If you're Gerard Mayo, Why would you not say let's draft Michael Penix at that fucking spot?
Why would you not say, hey, let's go out?
Why would you let?
This is what I don't understand about the Patriots situation.
Do you think Drake May is better than Michael Penix?
I personally don't.
I don't either.
Before you say anything further, though, you and I are higher, especially you. You and I are significantly higher on Michael Penix than anyone else. I don't think Drake May is, because I watched Michael Penix play in as many, if not more. No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Bo Nix. I watched Michael Penix play in a lot of big games and fare very well, especially as his career got on. And he's a raw, okay, you're not starting either of those guys. He's a raw talent that you're going to develop and make sure his decision-making's on point. Why did Drake May go? I'm thinking, why did Drake May go over him if he's getting benched for the same reason?
That's what I don't understand.
This is what I don't understand. I think regardless if you have Jacoby Brissett playing quarterback for you or you have Drake May playing quarterback for you right now, if you're the Patriots, you're finishing in the bottom 3.
Probably.
I think they're a bottom 3 team. If not a bottom 2, if not the bottom.
Listen,
Travis Hunter, come on down.
That's what I'm saying. If you're that,
they have a very good defense. They have a very good running game.
It's not very good.
It's not very
good.
It's not very good.
Their defense will be serviceable. Like Barrymore's out now. Their defense should be good. It's not very good. You can make the case it's third in their division good. That's the problem.
Why would you have done the Drake May pick and not gotten a position, filled a
camera
position
angle
of
looks
need?
Much better on him, by the way.
It does.
Much better. We don't want the overhead.
Go for somebody else there and wait till next year and be in the Shadur Sanders sweepstakes.
I agree.
That would have been the right way to handle that. And I bet you that's what Mayo wanted.
But going with Brissett is the right thing to do. I think that's the right move. Because if he stinks it up.
But they're
then you go to the young kid and let him play out the rest of the year.
We've talked way more about this than I would like to, but I just have a quick yes or no question for all three of you. Do you think Drake May shows up this season? Do you think we see him at some point this season?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think we see Drake May this season?
do.
Do you think we see Drake May this season?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Me too.
Big shocking piece of news here. Kyle Pitts is injured. Hamstring injury. Questionable for week 1.
Who fucking cares?
Another shocker. Keenan Allen.
Who fucking cares?
Heel injury. Questionable for week 1.
Joseph took him yesterday.
Big shocker. Keenan Allen and Kyle Pitts, the two of the most injured names in NFL history. Next, we're going to see somebody sign Michael Thomas, and he's going to have fucking turf toe for the 37th time. Other injury news. Romeo Doubs limited with a hand injury. Questionable for week 1.
So all three of the receivers are banged up there.
Yeah. Devin White is out Friday night for the Eagles.
Really?
Out.
Devin White's out.
I actually like him.
I like him too.
I think he's going to fucking blow it up over there. But anyway.
It's an ankle injury for White.
Okay.
Bill Belichick joined Instagram.
He did, or his girlfriend did it for
He
him?
did. I'm sure his girlfriend's
He's all
long
over
been
the
on
place.
Instagram.
He's all over the place right now.
Good for him.
There's clips leaking out of his show now, his show on that Fantasy Underground or whatever. And his minions are Adam Gase and Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia's doing the show with him.
God, Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, at least that means he won't be coaching anywhere.
Thank God for
He won't
that.
bring the black cloud.
Yeah, but
to
what
any
does
NFL
he
team.
bring to a show? He's an
Patricia?
asshole.
Patricia?
Yeah, he's an asshole.
I haven't watched the clip yet. I plan to watch the clip to see if he is an asshole, because that's the same. He's on the other side of the fence now. That's the same guy that looked at the first row of Lions beat writers and said, "You're slouching in your chair. Can you sit up a little bit before answering a question?"
Yeah.
So I'm very
It's his
curious.
fat, sloppy ass was falling all over a four-wheeler. Yeah. Anyway. Sloppy fuck.
Sloppy.
He's the type of guy that you can imagine like barbecue sauce dripping.
How old is he? How old is Matt Patricia?
Patricia, hold on.
Yeah.
He's probably close. To
I'm just
50.
fucking curious.
Uh,
I bet you ain't 50.
He's 49.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
career head coaching
I figured
record 13, 29, and 1.
that. Yeah. What is it again?
13, 29, and 1.
Fuck.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the Arabs in the chat. Shout out to Andre. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Tank. See you, Tank. See you, Leon. Oh, Danny from our social team also enjoys the camera angle as well.
Does he?
No,
Oh, she, Danny. I'm
Danny.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat today. This is a big day. We need to get ready. We need to get ready. We're ready.
That sounded just like him too.
We're ready. Last piece of news. Broadcasters are now allowed to interview coaches and coordinators on the sideline mid-game. I want to know how you feel about this specifically.
I think it's
you
fucking
tell us a little bit
stupid.
more.
Why is it stupid?
Because these guys should be concentrating on the fucking game, not
Who says
talking
they're not?
to anybody.
We were just talking about Matt Patricia that wasn't getting shit done on these sidelines.
Yeah, he was. He was getting hot dogs and fucking sodas.
Riding around on the fucking
Riding around on his four-wheeler.
four-wheeler.
Telling everybody to fuck off. What do? Throw that guy out of practice. You fuck out of here. In front of a bunch of fucking 5-year-olds. You idiot.
Run the hill.
I like the idea.
Run the hill. His fat ass couldn't run that hill if his life depended on
Dark
it.
Lumen, we see you. We want you to defend your city on why football players are getting shot. Is your city that much of a shithole? Y
Yes,
or
it is.
N?
It is that much of a
Y or
shithole.
N? And before
By
you
the
say
way,
anything,
I
it
got a
is.
question for Dark Lumen. How many times does he walk down the fucking street and roll the crackhead over and get pissed on? That's what I want to know. That's what I want. Meth head, crackhead, whatever you want to fucking call him. I don't know.
Slipped in Dookie.
Yeah, stepped in some dookie, human feces.
Chris in the chat just asked about player props this year.
Yeah.
I have one that I did already bet on for Thursday night.
No, okay, yeah. So save it. Let's when we do the primetime games, let's do
Okay.
the player props.
There's one that I'm really excited.
We could probably put together a player prop parlay for the Thursday and Friday games easily.
I have to throw one.
Do it. Fuck
That
it.
I love.
Can't we do? Let's start the game.
We're going into it. We're going into it right now. No, actually, we're not. We're going into
No,
it
well,
last.
we can switch it. No, let's do it. Let's pick the games now and let's do a quick division thing afterwards.
Then we'll do the
Let's go right
parlay
into the
stuff
games.
afterwards.
There's. I have two. The first
Just
Thursday.
say it. Fuck.
Xavier
man.
Worthy over 44.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
And Derrick Henry, longest rush over 13.5 yards. That's it. I think those are both long.
Okay.
Can you disagree with either of those?
I don't know if Derrick Henry's playing in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Let's do the games and then I'll give my props. Let's do tomorrow.
Okay, let's bring up the slate. Do you still have the picks of the week thing in there?
The drop.
The drop? Oh! There it is!
Said
Not an age.
Dark Lumen says they tell everyone in San Francisco to just give them whatever's getting stolen, just give it to them and call the cops after. It's better than getting shot. Why did he try to struggle?
Well, see, I also saw this thing.
That's
that
why
people,
you should carry a fucking gun. Don't be a victim.
people in San Francisco now, in high crime areas, are just parking their car and leaving the windows down.
Yeah.
So they don't smash the windows.
I
when they
did
inevitably
that.
steal.
I did that. I parked my car right in the Tenderloin the last time I was in San Francisco,
Tenderloin.
a rental car, and they told me, they go, be careful where you park it. If you park it in this area, just put your windows down. And I did that, and I had nothing in the car. I literally did that.
That's a motherfucking shame right there.
City's disgusting.
Without further ado, we are picking games.
Shithole.
Finally. Thursday night, the first game of the year, live at Arrowhead Stadium. The Baltimore Ravens are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Currently, Kansas City is a 3-point favorite in this game. Over-under's 47 points. Who would like to go first? It's all you.
What's the over-under?
Over-under is 47, and Kansas City is a 3-point favorite.
I'm going to go over, and I'm taking Baltimore.
Over in Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
Baltimore to cover or win?
Win.
Healthy Chiefs offense, which they didn't have last year going into this game, and I think they're gonna be fiending to put all those new toys to the test. Healthy Ravens offense, Mark Andrews, everybody.
Yep.
So I love the over. I'm also it's so hard for the home team to win this game every year. I'm also going with the Ravens. I think they have a bad taste in their mouth. I like the Ravens to win. I like that, which means
They
they're
were
covering.
embarrassed in the fucking playoffs last year.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
think they really need to
Agreed.
to show something.
I also like the over. And for player prop in this one, I'm going to go with Travis Kelce's over on receptions.
Bruce?
Taking the over in the Ravens as well.
I am taking the over in the Ravens as well. All across the board. And like I said, Xavier Worthy over 44.5 yards and Derrick Henry longest rush over 13.5. Everything that you guys said is spot on. The Ravens can't lose this game. I think this is a demoralizing loss week 1 after the way the year finished last year for them. If they lose this game, it means so much more to Baltimore.
And Lamar Jackson looked fucking utterly putrid in the second half
Forgot
of
how to
that
play
game.
football.
And he needs to really redeem himself.
He forgot how to play football.
Kelsey's over/under, by the way, is 5.5. I'm sorry.
5.5
I would
receptions.
take that.
So I'm going. I'm
over.
going the over.
I would.
Yeah.
I would go over 6.5 if you can get it. I think there's going to be a lot of Taylor Swift
Yeah.
and a lot of Travis Kelce.
lot of-
I heard she wasn't allowed at the field. Is that true?
No.
Doubt it.
No.
Too good for business.
Yeah. I think this game means a lot to Baltimore, and they have to. They have to win it. Game number 2 is Friday night from Corinthians Arena in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where the Green Bay Packers are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Jordan Love with his big, fat new contract. Saquon Barkley suiting up for Philadelphia. Philly is a 2-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 49. Like we said, notable injuries, Devin White out and Romeo Doubs questionable. Who do we got?
I'm going to take the Eagles and the under.
Any reason as to why?
I think Saquon Barkley is good for at least 2 touchdowns in this game.
Do you?
There you go. There's your little fucking anytime fucking bet. He's good for at least 2 touchdowns in this game. The Eagles won't lose this game. They're gonna come out. They have something to prove. They were embarrassed last year. I think they're gonna be ready to go.
Zola?
I also like the Eagles because fuck the Packers.
It's going
Fuck the
outside
Packers.
the United States to play. That's why I'm taking the under.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think they're going to be a little skittish. There's actually some unrest in Brazil right now. They're going to protest either tomorrow. There's a big protest plan.
Protesting the football game.
And they're on the verge of impeaching their president.
This is awesome.
The players are a little skittish, from what I understand,
Skittish.
at the moment. So I also like the under. I also like the Eagles. I'm not excited for the Eagles. I think they're going to genuinely be good this year. I think they sank a lot of resources into retooling this whole thing. My prop for this game, though, Josh Jacobs anytime.
Damn you.
Sorry.
I'm going to take Green Bay to cover and win this game. I'm going to take the under. My prop is Josh Jacobs anytime. My Eagles prop, Saquon Barkley over 2.5 receptions. Green again. If I'm basing week 1 because we don't have anything to really go off of yet, off of who needs the game more. I think Green Bay needs this game more.
No, Philly
No,
does.
I don't agree with that.
Philly does.
Listen. If Jordan Love doesn't come out and light up the world this year, that's not good. Josh Jacobs.
Listen, nobody expects them to do it. Nobody expects them to be fucking.
I disagree.
I
if
think
Green Bay finishes
there's more
anything,
expectations in Philadelphia than there is in Green Bay.
I'm on the other side of this coin. I think if Green Bay doesn't win 10, 11 games this year, it's a bad season for them. If they're not in the playoffs, it's a bad season for them. There was a lot of hype around the Barkley signing. I feel like Josh Jacobs quietly signed at Green Bay, and I think it's probably not as impactful, but almost as impactful. And I think that the Packers are going to put together a really nice game. The last piece of film we saw off of the Eagles was nothing but dysfunction. So with that said, I gotta go with that.
That's why I think they need the game more.
Bruce,
I'm taking the Eagles in the under.
Good man.
I'm on
Fuck the
I'm on an
Packers.
island by myself here, eh?
Quick shout out to Dylan, Cam, Gary. Gary wants to tell everybody that he drafted impeccably well last night.
Oh, thank you.
Chris, we're doing props. I hope you're still here.
He's still out there. He's sitting out there somewhere. Moving on to the Sunday slate, 1 p.m. The Pittsburgh Steelers are heading to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to play Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. God, that still feels weird. Atlanta's a 3-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 42. Uncle Sam.
Repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
Atlanta is a 3-point favorite over Pittsburgh, and the over-under is 42.
There's 42. 3-point favorite. So they're getting 3. They're giving 3, Atlanta?
Yes.
Giving 3. You know, I'm going to take Atlanta in the over. Atlanta in the over.
Zola?
Yeah, I am hugely high on your Atlanta Falcons this year. We'll get to that when we get to the divisional predictions. I'm one of the biggest Kirk Cousins stands you'll ever meet, and that's saying a lot for a Wolverine liking a Spartan. I'm going with the Falcons. Falcons to win. Falcons to cover the 3.5. It's the Steelers, so I think the under ends up hitting. I think both these teams sank some tools into their defense, but even though I think the under is going to hit, the player prop that I like is Kirk Cousins is going to go over 240 yards, 240.5. I like Kirk Cousins. The Steelers' corners aren't that great. I like Kirk Cousins to inch towards the 300 mark in his return.
Bruce?
Take a. Let's go Atlanta in the under.
Atlanta in the under. Okay. I'm going to take Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Pittsburgh to cover and win this game. I'm also going to take the under. I got to see it from Atlanta. I've got to see it. I'm still not 1,000.
They almost won the division with fucking Desmond Ritter.
I know.
And Desmond Ritter got released last week.
I'm aware. Outside of Desmond Ritter, I'm not.
This is a revenge game, too, by the way.
I know.
Because a one Arthur Smith is returning to town as the offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That took the words out of my mouth.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
That's okay. I think that, again, if I'm basing this off of who has more to prove, Pittsburgh's got a lot to prove in this game. Russell Wilson's got to look good. They have to look like they have a functional offense. There was a lot of heat around this team last year. A lot of people thought Mike Tomlin was going to lose his job. And Pittsburgh, when there's a game like this, somehow they will it to win. I don't think it's going to be an exciting game. I don't think it's going to be a fun game to watch. But I think Pittsburgh wins this. I think the under hits. Najee Harris anytime for me.
We want your thoughts in the chat on all these games, too. I promise I'm reading all these messages and trying to respond. When we pick games this year, we want the chat to be popping.
Yeah, I want the chat to pop off. I think that there's a lot of weight on the running game for Pittsburgh this year. And Najee Harris has to establish himself a little bit more. I think he has a good first game. Honestly, I think Russell Wilson comes out and has a good first. Is there anybody in the league right now who has more pressure on them to perform well than Russell Wilson?
Justin
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think the pressure's on Aaron
Caleb
Rodgers
Williams.
Aaron Rodgers.
Deshaun Watson's up there.
Deshaun Watson.
Maybe not as
Peyote.
much as Russ. At least you know what you're getting with Russ. And I don't think Russ was that bad last year. So
No.
I don't know. I just think Pittsburgh,
He was actually pretty good till he went to Detroit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It all fell apart for him here.
The Arizona Cardinals are heading up to Highmark Stadium in Buffalo to play the Bills. Buffalo, a 6.5-point favorite in this one. The over-under is 48, and I can already see where this is going in Uncle Sam's eyes. Do you need me to repeat it again?
No. I'm going to take the Cardinals in the over.
Zolo,
Cardinals in the over.
My player
Kyler
prop,
Murray, anytime rushing touchdown.
my player prop is Trey McBride every time with Matt Milano out. I think Trey McBride's going to pop the fuck off this game. I am extremely high on the Cardinals this year. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
They're gonna surprise a lot of people.
I don't think they go into Buffalo, West Coast team going to the East Coast. I don't think they go into Buffalo and win this game.
Guess what? It's not going to be fucking 30 there, and it's not going to snow.
Beneficial.
That's why I'm taking the Cardinals.
Beneficial.
That's
beneficial.
why I'm taking the Cardinals.
I am going with the over in this one. I love this over. I think both these teams. I think this should evolve
gonna be
into
a
a shootout.
shootout.
I think this should evolve
Yeah.
into a shootout. And I like the Bills. Close one. I like the Bills to win. I like the Cardinals to cover. I like the over. Trey McBride anytime.
Marvin Harrison, over 5 receptions.
So down if that happens. I'm in.
Bruce?
You go first.
Okay. I'm going to take the Bills cover. I'm going to take the over in this game. Prop bets, I like Marvin Harrison under 65.5 yards.
Okay.
And I also like Curtis Samuel anytime touchdown scorer. I think this you know how I feel about Curtis Samuel. Always have.
Yeah, every year you
Underused
say
talent.
how great he's going to be, and he
Underused talent.
shits the
I
bed.
think he catches a touchdown pass from Josh Allen in this game. Again, the Arizona thing is cute and all, and I know you like it, and I know how badly you want Arizona to just be great. I've got to see it. I've got to see Kyler Murray see over his offensive line. I've got to see it because I haven't yet.
Well, he's not going to stand on anybody's back, so that ain't going to happen.
Well, then guess what? Marvin Harrison's not going to go for 65 yards. He's not going to be able to see.
Watch. Murray's a fucking handful.
Bruce?
I'm going to take the Cardinals and the over.
You're on your fucking lonesome here, bud.
I know. I'm fucking on an island by myself.
No.
What?
What?
Yolo took the Bills.
You took the Bills?
Yeah.
Bills to win, Cardinals to cover. I like the over.
Okay.
I think it's gonna. I don't think that game's close. Moving on. God, this is. Soldier Field from Chicago, 1:00 on Sunday. The Tennessee Titans are heading to Windy City to play the Bears. And Caleb Williams, Chicago, a 4-point favorite in this one. The over/under is 45.
There's some absurd stats. Like Caleb Williams is the real deal. I think he's going to be outstanding. Compared to where we were a year ago, I am much higher on the Bears. I think they could get to the playoffs. I would put them at or near the playoff threshold. I love this Bears team. But there's a really absurd stat about rookie quarterbacks, first overall pick quarterbacks in particular in their debut. They don't fare well. I don't like that Keenan Allen is banged up. Good for them on it being in Chicago. Tennessee sank a lot of resources into their defense. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that I like the under. I'm going to go with the under. I think both of these young quarterbacks are going to struggle. I like Tajay Spears over his receptions, which is, I will tell you that right now. Give me one moment. But I like Tajay Spears over 2.5 receptions. I think they get him involved in the passing game. I'm going to go with the Bears because they're at home. I think this game is close, so I'm going with the under. But I think the Bears cover still, even though it's close. I think they win soundly by a touchdown, maybe 5 or 6 points. So give me the Bears to cover, and give me the under. And I like Tajay Spears' receptions over.
I'm gonna say
What was the under on it?
over/under 45.
45. I'm going to go the under, and I'm taking Tennessee.
I'm gonna take Chicago in this game to cover.
I think that Tennessee's offense, second year for our guy, Mr. Mayonnaise, and I think they're going to be I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. Their defense is going to be very good.
I have so much this is why we have to talk divisions later, because I have so much to say about that entire division, and you're on the right track.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Tennessee to. Oh,
And DeAndre Hopkins is playing, correct?
yes.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, he plays. It's on.
Chicago to win. I'm going to take the under. I am taking Tony Pollard as an anytime touchdown scorer. What?
Huh? I'm just sitting here. What?
Tony Pollard anytime TD. That's my big one from this game. The only other thing I like too, DeAndre Swift plays for the Bears.
Who's that?
I think I like him.
He had a fucking great year last year.
I think I like this DeAndre Swift
Until
thing.
he didn't.
Huh?
Until he didn't.
What do you mean?
It was all front loaded. It was all in the first half.
He
of
had
the
a
year.
good year.
And a lot of it was in like 4 games. A lot of games he had all these touchdowns and yards.
And
He had a really good year. I wish he'd had years like that here. He didn't have years like that here.
He was hurt here.
the prop I like for DeAndre Swift is actually over 11.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
That with the Tony Pollard anytime touchdown.
Okay.
That's my prop there. But I think Chicago wins this game handily. Sorry. If they I mean, I want to see Caleb Williams tear them apart. That's what I want.
I'm excited to watch Caleb Williams play.
I am too. 1:00 on Sunday from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The New England Patriots are taking on the Bengals. Cincinnati, an 8-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 40.5 points. This line moved substantially last night when the Ja'Marr Chase news came out. Yesterday, this was a 10.5 points spread. It dropped down to 7.5 last night and then moved up to 8.
Here's the only thing that worries me about this game
Oh God.
is that Cincinnati fucking notoriously comes out
Start slow.
bad.
There's no better way to flip starting slow
Are they
against
ever
the Patriots.
going to win? That one year they went 0-3. They went 1-4.
In fairness, though, this is the healthiest they've been to start a year.
That is true.
Even if you don't like their roster.
You're getting a healthy Burrow. They should win this game easily. But you know what? I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I just do. What's the spread again? 9? 8? I'm gonna take the New England to cover. They're not going to win. I'm going to take them to cover. I'm going to take them to cover, and Cincinnati obviously win. They win by field goal.
I like the under. I'm doing FanDuel, by the way. I'm looking at FanDuel just in case you guys want to know where I'm getting my. I know they're the most popular. I don't use them when I bet, but I'm going under 40.5 on this one. What was Are you in Yahoo?
I just went on to FanDuel as well.
Under 40.5. I like the Bengals to win. I like the Bengals to backdoor cover. My prop on I think it'll be a little closer too. Not close, not as close as you think it is. I think the Bengals are going to control the whole game. But I think
see them controlling it, but I don't see them blowing them out.
Fair. I like the under. I think that the shiny new toy is Jamar Chase, and they're going to want to prove to the world
Who
that
hasn't
Jamar Chase is
fucking
fine.
practiced.
I think they weren't going to want to
one
prove
day.
that he's fine and that everything's all hunky dory. And then I like Jamar Chase anytime as my player.
The reason why I say that is because fucking every year Cincinnati comes out and lays an egg the first couple of games. Every fucking year.
But this is the Patriots. This is
know
the
that.
worst team in football in my
But if they're able to stay in this game and keep it close, I think it'll be interesting.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Give me Cincinnati in the over.
Okay.
I'm going to take Demario Douglas over 36.5 yards. They might throw one touchdown pass to him. That'll be the only time the Patriots score in this game.
Okay.
And then my touchdown scorer, I want to change it up from Jamar Chase because that one was pretty obvious. I'm going to go Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
Maybe the Patriots get 2 touchdowns. Don't bet on the Patriots. Don't bet on anything because whatever you think they're going to do the opposite. Like you might think, oh, Ramondre Stevenson's going to be the lead back for New England. Guess what? It's actually Antonio Gibson. Just stay away from that. Just take Cincinnati, and I don't think the Patriots. The 40.5, I like Cincinnati to put up some points, but I don't know how much New England's going to score. But I'm still going to take the over. Cincinnati in the over. Moving on, we have a
What?
You know?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, come on.
We've only
tell
been
me what
doing
you're
it for
talking about.
3 years
Well, I've been doing
now.
this for 3 years.
No, I don't know.
We have a divisional game. The Houston Texans are heading to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis to play the Colts. Houston, a 3-point favorite in this game. The over-under's 49. Uncle Sam.
I'm going to go the over. I'm going to take the Colts.
God.
No, I am with him. The over. I like the Colts to win. I like the Colts to cover. I am extremely high on the Colts this year.
Yep.
Extremely high. And same drill as the last game. Shiny new toy. Player prop is Diggs anytime. Were you going to say Diggs anytime? Mm-mm. You can start going before me, too.
No, I was. That one I was good on.
We'll get to the divisions. I'm high on the Colts. The Texans have a lot of fucking pressure
home.
on them.
Yeah.
Colts at home.
Year 2
into
for
it.
Stroud. Got to see if these guys have figured him out.
I'm going to take Houston to cover. I'm going to take Houston to win. I'm going to take the over. All at Jazz. I'm going to take Tank Dell as my anytime touchdown scorer.
Really, I thought you were going to say Joe Mixon.
Can I do anything here? Can I do anything? I'm taking Joe Mixon over 54.5 rushing yards.
Okay.
But Tank Dell anytime. I think Tank Dell has a massive year this year.
Fuck you.
All of those receivers there. You know what? I might be a Houston Texans fanboy. It's so beautiful. When
I
they
didn't
put
even
together. It's like
from
it's
Atlanta
like
to
something from
Houston.
Madden.
I didn't even see him down there yesterday, and I
Went from
totally had forgotten
Atlanta
about
to
him.
fucking
I was so pissed when I saw you took
I
him.
jumped shit. I love Houston. I can't. I think I'm officially a Stroud boy.
Stand up, Stroud boys.
I can't contain myself. Bruce?
I'm going Houston in the over.
Houston, there we go. See, I knew. This is why we keep Bruce around. I need somebody to agree with me. Next up, 1 o'clock on Sunday, the Jacksonville Jaguars are heading a bit south down to Miami to play the Dolphins. Miami is a 3.5-point favorite in this one, which I think out of all of these, this was the most surprising one for me. That 3.5 seems
3.5?
a lot closer than I think it's actually going to be. Over-under's 49. Uncle Sam.
I'm taking the Dolphins in the over.
Zolo?
I'm going the Dolphins reluctantly. I think they're going to be fine in the long term. This is a good, nice opening starting.
Yeah, it's
a
week
good
one.
match.
Everybody's healthy. They'll be clicking.
I'm going with the Dolphins to win, Dolphins to cover. I actually do like the over, considering the depleted Dolphins defense. And I like the yards over for a 1 Jalen Waddle. Ooh. And that over, by the way, is going to be 59.5. I think Jalen Waddle inches into the 80s or the 90s.
Give me Miami. Give me the over. Give me Travis Etienne anytime. And give me Tariq over 97.5 receiving yards. And if you can get 100, take the 100. Just go over 100. Because he's on kid number 10. He's got to get that next contract.
That's it.
Moving on. Oh, Bruce, sorry.
I'm going to Jacksonville in the over.
Put your camera on, Dick.
Yeah. Let the people see you when you make
Listen, I got fucking a million things
He's got to
doing
write
over
down
here.
the
Fucking
picks. He's
camera
got to
on.
record the picks. Next up, we have a...
He's not going to say
Are
it.
you retiring from your divisional game, dude?
Not saying that until Bruce fucking turns his camera on.
That's a fair trade, Bruce.
I'm not going to put it on. I'm not fucking talking. So
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
We have a divisional game happening down at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. The Panthers are coming to town to play the Saints, and what could be the toilet bowl of the week. This might just be the absolute toilet bowl of the week. Carolina, New Orleans. New Orleans a 4-point favorite in this one. Over-under is 42. Uncle Sam.
I'm taking New Orleans in the over.
Zolo.
You're going to love this. I'm going with the Carolina Panthers to cover. I'm going with the under. To win the game, reluctantly, the Saints, but I don't think the Panthers are going to be bad. They're going to be much improved compared to last year, and I think Bryce Young is going to be much improved compared to last year. My prop for this game is going to be Chris Olave over 64.5 receiving yards. I think Chris Olave is going to have a monster year, and it starts here against a depleted secondary in Carolina.
You know what's bad here? I don't even see mine. I do not see my prop. Oh, yeah, I do. Here we go. I'm going to take Carolina to win this game. I'm going to take the under. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring either way. I'm going to take Xavier Legette, anytime touchdown scorer. I think he, out of everybody from this class, he's going to be the most surprising receiver. I don't think he's going to be Marvin Harrison good, but I think he's going to be the one from this class that people look back on and be like, oh, wow, they got a pretty good deal there. I'm going to take Alvin Kamara over 26.5 receiving yards. Bruce?
Taking the Panthers in the over.
Did you hit the over in this too?
No, I hit the under.
Okay.
I went over.
I think there's such
You went over?
the Saints are such a dumpster fire.
The Saints are fucking
Well, you
dog
accidentally
shit.
said.
And I think we're going to see the strides. I'm with you on Legette. I don't think it happens off the bat
I think
because
he's gonna-
for those elite rookie receivers, it takes a second. I think it's going to be the same with Brian Thomas in Jacksonville. But the guy, I do think Bryce Young is going to open the shit out of this game.
I do too.
I think we're going to see a lot from Bryce Young this year. And the guy I'm circling all year is Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson is a sleeper for me right now because I think he could have a really nice year. I think the one that loses out on this is Thielen. Okay, but there was one more prop that I liked, but I didn't have the balls to say it. It's Bryce Young over 199.5 yards.
Hell yeah.
Passing.
Hell yeah.
And I think that if you're going to do it against anybody, it's got to be the Saints. Like if you're Carolina and you're going to do it against anybody,
He can go for 200.
it makes sense that he would do it against the Saints.
He can go for 200. They're better.
Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings heading to MetLife Stadium to play the New York Giants. Minnesota, 1.5-point favorite in this game. Over-unders 41. Minnesota being a 1.5-point favorite in this game should tell you everything you need to know about the New York Giants. Uncle Sam.
What's the point spread?
1.5.
No, what's the spread?
Oh, 41.
Already over, I'm sorry.
41.
I'm going to take the under, and I'm taking the Giants.
Zola.
Under. I'm going to go with the Vikings to win, Vikings to cover. My player prop on this one is Aaron Jones anytime.
Mine is fucking Neighbors anytime.
This would be the game where everyone's high on Neighbors.
Yep.
This would be the game where he could pad his stats a little bit, but it's going to come down to a one Daniel Jones.
I'm going to take Minnesota in this game. I'm going to take the under. I think it's going to be ugly. I'm taking both quarterbacks to go under in their passing yardage. Daniel Jones at 212, Sam Darnold at 229. I don't like either of those. I think realistically, in my eyes, this is a dumpster fire of a week. Carolina and the Saints, a toilet bowl, but it's going to be more exciting to watch than this, I believe. I think that this is just going to be ugly. There is one thing that I do like, though. I think you're going to see Aaron Jones over 13.5 rushing attempts. I think that if Minnesota wants to run this offense properly, they've got to hand the ball to Aaron Jones 20 times a game and pray he doesn't get hurt. I don't think there's going to be a ton of scoring here. I don't think this is going to be a very fun game to watch. But I think Minnesota squeaks one out. Next up, we have another divisional game. Oh, sorry, Bruce. Go ahead.
Giants in the under.
We have another divisional game. It is Las Vegas heading to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. The Chargers are a 3-point favorite in this game.
Ew. They're not even good.
The Chargers are a 3-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 40.5. And I'll tell you what.
I'm going to take the over in the Raiders.
Okay, I figured.
What? I'm going to take the over in the Raiders.
This shocked me.
Chargers money line is -174. Is someone seeing something on the Chargers that I'm not?
The only thing can be is the fact that Las Vegas doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. But I'm not high on the Raiders. And again, we'll talk about this in a minute. But I'm not high on the Raiders.
So you don't think Gardner Minshew's any good?
No.
Oh.
I don't.
Okay.
Would you rather have Gardner Minshew or Jacoby Brissett?
Gardner Minshew.
I'd rather have Jacoby Brissett.
Anyway.
Zolo.
My player prop is Brock Bowers over 3.5.
There you go.
I don't understand why people are. I hope they don't blow it with him because he's a world-class tight end. He should be the best tight end in the league when it's all said and done. Brock Bowers over 3.5. I'm going with the under, and man, I just flip-flopped on the spot. I'm taking the Raiders points. I like the +3. Harbaugh's going to eke out a win in his debut. A 1-point Dicker the kicker field goal to win it. I'm going that route, but the under. These teams are putrid.
I am going to take the Raiders to win this game. I'm going to take the under. I don't. Yeah, both these teams. There's not much to be excited about.
I'm excited to see the Raiders defense because they really beefed up their fucking defense. That's what I'm excited to see. Christian Wilkins is on that defensive line now. I'm really excited to see it.
My anytime TD is going to be none other than our very own Gus Edwards. I'm going to take Gus Edwards as my anytime TD in this game. And I'm going to take Jacoby Myers over 42.5 yards.
Okay.
Bruce?
Taking the Chargers in the under.
Moving on.
Heard you laugh, but you won't be laughing when they win the game.
Whatever, dude.
When you watch fucking
Gardner Minshew.
You're so fucking touted. Las Vegas Raiders fucking shit.
The only
the
reason
bed.
the Raiders might win that game is because they're playing the Chargers. That's it.
That's it.
No, I think the
Sleeping on the
Raiders
Chargers,
defense
man.
is good.
You guys
Raiders
are sleeping
defense is
on
good,
the Chargers.
I think the Raiders defense is good.
Gardner
The counter. Jim Harbaugh. He had this really good
What's he
comment.
going to steal all their fucking signs this year?
He had this really good comment over the summer on offensive lines. He goes, "It's the only position on the field that isn't reliant on anything else that goes on around it. In fact, everyone else relies on the offensive line, and I think the Chargers have a good enough offensive line to neutralize whatever the Raiders can do defensively. When I see that game, I just think low scoring.
Yeah,
I think
don't
Justin
think their
Herbert.
offensive line's good enough. That's why I'm taking the Raiders.
I think it is. I think it's a very good offensive line. And I just see under because Herbert has no supporting cast, Lab McConkey in a lackluster running game, and I see under because it's Gardner Minshew throwing to these gems in Las Vegas.
He had
Shadir Sanders, come on down.
He had 3 really good receivers last year and spent half the year on IR because they couldn't fucking protect him.
You're talking about Justin Herbert?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they completely revamped their offensive line. They took
Not completely. They drafted a lineman. That was it.
Yeah, and then they brought in 2 free agents. It's Jim Harbaugh on an offensive line. I'm zero concerned. That's how he just won a national championship.
Yeah, that and stealing shit. Fucking schools in disarray. They're all going to be fucking suspended. They're going to take their fucking little trophy away. Go ahead.
You're wild.
I'm wild.
Dark
It's
human
what
in
it
the
is.
chat. Good point about side stealing. Oh. Anyways, moving on. The Denver Broncos are headed to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Seattle a 6-point favorite in this game. Over under is 42. The Bo Nix debut. Uncle Sam, what's going to happen?
I'm going to take the Seahawks and the under.
Zola.
My player prop is Jackson Smith and Jigba over 4.5. Whatever you can get it at, I think he lights it up this game. I think he lights it up. I'm excited to see him. I think he doesn't draw Surtain, which is going to go great. I like the under. I think this is a big defensive game. Excited to see Bo Nix. Not excited to see Geno Smith again. Give me the Seahawks at home. That's a tough place to play. Give me the Seahawks at home. But I think Denver covers. Seahawks to win, Denver to cover, under. And then I like over on Jackson Smith and Jigba's receptions.
Seattle to win, Seattle to cover. I'm going to take the under in this game as well. I'm going to take Kenneth Walker as my anytime. And I'm going to take Josh Reynolds over 29.5 receiving yards.
The snake, Josh
The
Reynolds.
snake, Josh Reynolds. Bruce!
Taking Denver in the under.
Ooh, that's ugly. That's ugly. Next up, we have the 4 o'clock games. The Dallas Cowboys are headed to Cleveland to play the Browns in the Brady debut, the Brady broadcast debut.
Oh, God.
I'm going to be watching this game with my eyes peeled for a glimpse of the GOAT himself. I've got to double check this because I can't fathom how this is correct. So hold on. Hold the fuck on. It's right. Cleveland's a 2.5-point favorite.
It's a hard place to play.
Over under's 41. Uncle Sam,
I'm going to take Cleveland in the over.
why? You've got to justify this because I can't figure this one out.
I'm taking Cleveland in the over.
But why?
Because I think their defense is good enough to fucking stifle Dak Prescott.
Zolo.
My player prop is Deshaun Watson under 218.5 passing yards. If they win, it's because they ran the ball properly. I like the under in this game. And I'm going to go. This is one of the most fun games on the weekend, I would say. Do you guys agree?
I agree.
This should be a lot of fun. It makes sense that
Well,
Brady
hold
gets
on.
up there.
It should be a lot of fun if Cleveland is for real.
I like Dallas to win and Dallas to cover in the under. Low scoring game. The Cowboys need shootouts, but you're not going to get in a shootout. You're not going to get into a pissing contest with the Browns in front of the dog pound. Can you bark for me? Whoa, 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 whoa. Browns keep it close, but Dallas ends up covering when it's all said and done.
Okay. I'm going to take Dallas to cover, Dallas to win, obviously. I'm going to take the over in this game. I'm going to take Ezekiel Elliott alternate rushing yards at 50+. And my anytime touchdown scorer in this game is none other than CeeDee Lamb. I know that's
Shiny new toy.
Why are you sitting here rolling your fucking eyes at me? I'm surprised you don't want Amari Cooper.
That is mine.
Yeah, whatever. Please.
Shiny.
I don't-
Amari Cooper, anytime touchdown.
I'm
That's my
sorry. I don't think Cleveland's for real. I'm sorry. I don't.
So the counter to that is if Deshaun Watson fares well in this game, will you think Cleveland's for real?
No, I won't because I need again. When's the last the body of work?
That's fair. I'm giving you the what ifs though. You're playing into the past. I'm telling you, what if Deshaun
look
Watson?
how deep they went last
What
year.
if he puts together a good month?
Yeah.
Listen, Joe Flacco. Somebody should have tested him for PEDs. Okay.
Okay.
That's the only reason they made it as far.
What
as
if
they did.
though? Does that change anything with you on Cleveland? Their defense is too good for them to not be real. They got into the playoffs on their defense last year.
Yeah.
And then some par level play from Joe Flacco.
Without Nick Chubb.
Listen to me, Nick. We don't know if Nick Chubb's leg can do anything.
So nothing moves the needle for you on Cleveland? There's no way you buy into them at all after what they did last year?
No.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. We saw Joe Flacco played his life out. And they were good. We have not seen Deshaun Watson play for them and be good. I would be more sold on Cleveland if Flacco was still there. I know that's not popular, but I just don't.
But what if? We know you don't think he's
If they can beat Dallas and there's no fluke and they just go out there and downright beat Dallas. And in order to do that, you've got to force Dak into mistakes. You've got to shut down CeeDee Lamb. And Deshaun Watson goes out
All
there.
you got to do is pressure Dak, and he'll fold.
Not if Zeke has his comeback game.
Anyway.
Not if Zeke has a comeback game.
Okay.
Wait, you're high on Ezekiel Elliott?
I'm high on Ezekiel Elliott.
Wow.
You're fucking high.
The same guy that said he was a dumpster fire that you should start Pollard.
High. I think that's the only hole, and it's a big hole. I think the only hole with the Dallas Cowboys.
I never supported Tony Pollard. I don't know where you just pulled that out.
Whatever. You used to draft him every year on your fantasy thing.
I drafted him because running behind the Cowboys offensive line, you should be able to throw Bruce out there and he should do well. I'm not
That
high
was
on
fucking
Tony
years
Pollard.
ago. Their offensive line's dog shit now.
Moving on. Here we go. Let's watch you make this mistake. The Washington Commanders are heading down to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's a 3-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 43.5. Uncle Sam.
There's so many question marks at Washington right now. Nobody knows what to expect.
So,
Where does that leave
Where
us?
does that leave you?
Where does
Where does it leave us? I'm fucking confused. I don't know. I'm going to take... You know what? I like what Baker did last year. I'm going to take the Bucks in this. I'm going to take the Bucks to win.
Over-under is 43.5.
I'm going to go over.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, people sleeping on Tampa. I think they're a fringe playoff team. Their defense is good, and they have just enough on offense to make it happen. I'm going with Tampa to win. I'm going with Tampa to cover. I like the under, but I have a fun player prop.
Go.
Jaden Daniels over 39.5 rushing yards. I think he's going to get trigger happy as fuck with his legs. When he has little time to throw, I think he's going to take off out of that pocket. I think he's going to break a couple, 2 or 3. All it takes is 2 to hit that prop. So I like Jaden Daniels over his rushing yards.
I'm going to take Tampa to win. I'm going to take the over in this game, too. I think that there is going to be a decent amount of scoring happening in this game. I'm going to take Austin Eckler over 18.5 receiving yards. And my anytime touchdown in this game is none other than a very own scary Terry McLaurin. And yes, both of my player props are going towards Washington, even though I'm taking Tampa, because I want to see.
You're not going to take the Mike Evans anytime touchdown?
No, I'm not.
Anyway.
I'm not. Honest to God, I think you're going to see a little bit of a Chris Godwin resurgence this year, to be honest with you.
See what happens.
So, and I think another one that I like is the K-Dot and over 25.5.
You and K-Dot.
I love K-Dot.
He's dog shit.
K-Dot's underutilized.
He's fucking dog shit. He's about as good as Kyle Pitts.
Oh, please. K-Dot could run circles around Kyle Pitts. And we move on now to Sunday Night Football.
Monday night first.
I figured.
Dude,
I should've known better.
build to the grand finale.
I should have known better. Monday Night Football, shout out to Dark Lumen. The New York Jets are heading to the Bay Area to play the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco's a 4.5-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 44. And this is the chance that Uncle Sam's been waiting for this moment for a long fucking time.
For a year.
For a year. Go ahead. Sing it to the heavens.
What's the over under again?
44.
44. I'm going to go over on this. I'm going to go over, and I'm taking the Jets to win.
Solo.
Aaron Rodgers over 250 yards passing.
I'll match you on the over.
Okay.
I'll match you on the over. That sounds like a fun over. I think it could happen. I think everyone's going to be trigger happy. I'll match you on the over. I do like the Niners to win. I think this game is close, so I do think the Jets. Are you getting 4.5 on Yahoo there? Mm-hmm. I like the Jets to cover. So take the Jets with the points, Niners to win. My prop, I'll leave you your McCaffrey anytime. My prop, I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson anytime. Garrett Wilson anytime. I think he's excited.
Here comes Sam with his Breece Hall anytime.
Oh, no. Actually, so I made a decision with myself before the season started.
Okay.
Every game that Christian McCaffrey is healthy for, I will be putting $100 on him anytime this weekend. And then if he hits it, I'm going to double every week.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to double it every week until he lets me down, and then I will start over. Okay. Because there are 3 things that don't fail. Tom Brady on the Patriots, Nick Saban on the Crimson Tide. The only one I have left from my locks is Christian McCaffrey anytime.
Last year.
Christian McCaffrey anytime.
Okay.
That's it. You will always win money. Christian McCaffrey anytime. I like it. The Breece Hall in my other prop bet over 64.5 rushing yards. And I am going to take the New York Jets to cover and win this game. But
what the fuck?
I disagree with both of you. I'm going to take the under. I think defense is going to be more stout in this than we're thinking. And I think both of these teams are going to need a little bit of time to get the offense back in check. I am taking the Jets. I know Leon already said in there that he's clipping this because I can't believe I'm doing it either, but I'm taking the Jets.
In the what? Over?
Jets in the under.
Under.
Jets in the under. Bruce?
I'm going Jets in the over.
What? How the fuck did 3 of us pick the Jets? Nobody's going to listen to us after.
No. The Jets could very easily win that game.
Aaron Rodgers got to come out and win that.
And everyone's high as shit on that. People have them picking the Jets.
Hey, everybody's seen the
Rodgers is MVP.
What was the vulnerability of the 49ers last year? The Lions proved it in that fucking championship game when they absolutely mashed them for 9 yards a carry.
Run defense.
Offense.
Yeah, I think 49ers Achilles heel would be their run defense.
Breece Hall could have a big fucking game here. Now, the only exception is the offensive line for the Jets is not the offensive line for the Lions.
I just like
even
Kyle
with
Shanahan.
The pieces they added.
I like Kyle Shanahan with ample prep time against a guy that used to be on his staff. I think he knows a lot of the tricks. But the counter is you could say Amu Bob knows a lot of Kyle Shanahan's tricks.
Correct.
Either way, I think the game's going to be that should be a fun one. It should be close. It should be fun.
They're not going to throw nothing at Rodgers that he hasn't seen. So
yeah, fair, very fair. Yeah. Very fair.
Next up, Sunday Night Football. Yeah, go ahead. Dark Human, pick Metcalf. Next up, the Rams are coming to town to play our very own Detroit Lions. Kelly Stafford will not be making the trip to Los Angeles for the game.
That's fine with me, but I'm really upset her kids aren't going to be there because I don't know who the fuck I'm going to boo if her kids aren't going to be there. I was only going to boo her kids.
That was it, eh?
That's it. I've been looking forward to booing her kids for months.
I'm surprised she didn't send her kids there. She could be by herself with the backup somewhere.
A good buddy of mine brought up
backup from Georgia.
A good buddy of mine brought up a really good point on her not going. She cited mental health issues. Like, come on, you're not a mental health issue. You love attention. I don't think she's going because I don't think they could live through what happened to them in January.
Yeah, no.
I don't think she could be in the building for that again.
No, I don't either. The Lions are a 3.5-point favorite in this game. The over-under is 51.5.
Wow.
Uncle Sam.
Fuck. This is hard. It's hard for me right now. I'm going to take the Lions to win this game. And I'm going to take the over. But I think, what's the line? 3?
3.5.
3.5. I'm going to take the Rams to cover. I think they lose by field goal.
That's what happened fucking during the
You want me to-
playoffs.
You want to go last? You want me to
No,
say
I'll go.
Okay.
I do like the Lions to win. I do like the Lions to cover at home. I think the Rams, the missing pieces on the offensive line I think it's gonna matter.
And the Aaron Donald effect of him not being there.
Yeah, but their defensive line I think it's gonna be pretty good.
I'm not saying they're bad.
I like their draft.
Still, I mean,
it's
you're
different.
trying to replace a fucking Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
and that doesn't happen.
He wasn't a game record. Like the Lions have played them twice now with Sewell going up against him, and Sewell neutralized Aaron Donald both times. The counter though is that the Lions were picked apart by it was Puka Nacua in January, and then Cooper Kupp the time before that. I haven't seen it with the Lions' pass defense. I think their defense is. I believe in it. I believe all the hype I'm hearing. I do think they're going to finish with a very good defense. But this is a test for Terry and Arnold off the rip. I think
it's a test for their whole fucking defense off the rip.
Yeah, but they beat him. They beat him in January, and the defense is better now.
It's a different. The whole thing is
Don't say this is a
continuity.
different Rams team. It's not.
Well,
a different Rams.
you're getting a healthy Rams team where they weren't.
They're missing guys though. It's
Yeah.
healthy, but the one offensive line, their left tackle's out. The other guy's injured for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you're getting Cup off of being hurt.
Puka Nacua's
That's
injured
finally
right now.
healthy.
Puka Nacua's got a hamstring injury. He's playing, but he's got a hamstring injury. So that's the counter. You're not off. I think the Rams are very
Yeah.
good. Side note on this game.
Listen,
I
they
think
got
this is
fucking embarrassed when they came here. They're going to be ready to
They
play.
get embarrassed. They
Yeah, they
barely,
did.
They barely.
They got
lost.
embarrassed, dude.
They barely lost. It
So
came
then why'd
down
you
to
take the
last 2
Lions?
minutes.
They got
Why'd you
embarrassed
take
at
the
the end.
Lions then?
What do you mean? I took the Rams to cover. What are you talking about, dude?
I think
3.5.
I think this is a preview of the NFC Championship game. By the way,
Huh?
Could be.
I think
Could
these
be.
two teams are the teams that go the distance in the NFC.
It's Jets.
I
Lions,
think
Super Bowl.
Philly
Watch.
is going to be.
Wait a second.
They're in the conversation.
You think that the Rams are good enough to be in the NFC Championship?
I do, yeah. They were 2 minutes away. If they beat the Lions last year,
Yeah.
they're 2 minutes away from beating Tampa and being in the NFC Championship game last year against a Niners team that they almost beat without Stafford
Yeah.
on the road in Week 18. Again, that the Lions should have beat. I think the Rams are very good. Very, very good. And they have one of the best coaches. Real quick, my props, J-Mo anytime. I think that I'm all in on the J-Mo hype, on the J-Mo coming out party. And then Cooper Kupp anytime. I think Cooper Kupp's gonna have a monster year, and it starts here. One of them is gonna draw, one of Nacua or Kupp is gonna draw Terry and Arnold. And he's a rookie. I think he's gonna be outstanding, but I haven't seen him as a world beater yet, you know?
I got one.
Go ahead.
That kid for the Rams, what's his name?
Karen
Position.
Karen Williams, over 100 yards rushing.
Over 100?
Over 100 yards
It's
rushing.
the one thing the Lions defense.
The over-under
did
here
well
is
this year.
60.
Yeah.
You take
I
the
say
over
over 100.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take...
He blasted them for over 100 the last time they played.
I'm taking the Lions to cover. I'm taking the Lions to win. I'm going to take the under.
Okay.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
It's a
And
lot
I
of
think
points.
that
So what'd you take?
the
I took
Lions...
the under on that one.
Again, the Lions secondary is improved. We haven't seen it yet, but I don't think that the Rams are going to be able to score an obscene amount of points in this game. I think the Lions take care of business. Personally, I'm taking David Montgomery as my anytime, and I'm going to take Blake Corum over 22.5 rushing yards.
Why is everyone? There's a reason people are high as shit on Blake Williams.
Because for some fucked up reason, everybody, we watched Karen Williams play well and get removed. So until he is the guy, and they're not looking to replace him, I'm gonna think that he's going to be, even though he played very well last year, for some reason I don't think Sean McVay gave him the keys to the kingdom yet, and I think Corum still has a role in this offense, and I think he will, in his homecoming, so to say, he's going to go for more than 22.5 yards. Bruce?
Come on, mate. Taking the Lions. And I'll go with the under. I might as well join you guys.
Lions.
I went over. Uncle Sam and I went over.
You went up. I thought you just told me the under.
Went over.
No, I went on the over.
They both went over. I went under. Okay. Those are our picks of the week. Very nice. Real quick, I want us to do our divisional predictions for the year. We're going to run through this real fast just so we have it on tape and can have bragging rights at the end of the year, essentially. Where would you guys like to start? Which division?
AFC North, a fun one.
AFC North. We have the Jets, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Bills.
The North.
Oh,
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
East.
East was
We can do the East if
was
you
at
want.
the top of my
You all right,
Do
buddy?
the East.
AFC North, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. Let's do this as easy as possible. At the end of the year, how do you think the division finishes?
I'm going to go Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh.
Zolo?
Same four. Team by team, if Deshaun Watson is good, if he returns to what he was,
That's why I got him second.
Cleveland wins this division. Like Baltimore, just because they're Baltimore, they didn't lose much except for who they lose? The guy who went to Pittsburgh. They lost someone.
Patrick Queen.
Patrick.
Yeah. And pick who makes the playoffs, too. I'm sorry.
Then on the back end, Burrow and them have to be really, really good, and I don't think they're going to be like this Baltimore and Cleveland good. And Pittsburgh, I think they don't have a quarterback. It's that simple.
The biggest question mark for Cincinnati is how do they replace Joe Mixon?
And I don't like it off the
That's
rip.
fucking huge. Yeah.
So who do you have making the playoffs?
Do your four.
Okay, mine, I have Cincinnati finishing in first, winning the division. I have Baltimore finishing second, Cleveland finishing third. I have Pittsburgh going under 500 for the first time ever and coming in fourth.
Bruce?
He doesn't have the
Bruce?
capacity for this as he's writing.
Bruce,
we're
are you high?
We're going to do it without
No, I'm not fucking high. I'm
So,
fucking
who
writing
do you have
down
making
your
the
picks.
playoffs?
I don't know yet, dude. I don't know yet. We got to talk about it.
I do think both of Cleveland and
Baltimore
they
both
both
make
get in. Baltimore is the division winner again. Like this, it's contingent on Deshaun Watson.
I think Cincinnati and Baltimore make the playoffs from this division. Moving on to the North. You have the Jets, Miami, New England, and Buffalo.
That's the East.
I'm sorry. The East. You're on your game today.
You're not.
I can't get nothing back.
You're not on your fucking
The
game.
Jets, Miami. It's the first. I'm riding
Go
the
ahead.
bike. Jets, Miami, New England, Buffalo. Go ahead.
I'll bite.
What? You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'll bite.
Go ahead.
I do think that the Dolphins are eventually going to get healthy enough defensively to pull this division out of their ass at the end. I think what's happened to them the last 2 years, they're going to flip the script. Whether it's on the Jets or the Bills, I think it's going to be on the Jets. So I think the Dolphins are going to get healthy, and their offense is so good that they're going to end up pulling this out. I don't buy the Aaron Rodgers hype like everyone else does, but their defense is serviceable, and Aaron Rodgers will be serviceable to where the Jets end up finishing in second. I think that the Bills, I read somewhere that they were preparing for this year to be their down year, even though a lot of people are high on them. I do think it's going to be a down year, and they're going to break in all the new pieces, and then I think that the Patriots obviously finish last.
Uncle Sam.
I got the Jets winning the division. Dolphins making the playoffs. Bills finishing third. And, of course, New England last.
I do think the Jets get in, too, by the way. So I have 4 AFC playoff teams picked at this
Correct.
point.
I have Miami winning the division. I have the Jets coming in second, making the playoffs. I have Buffalo coming in third, right around 500. And I have New England being either the bottom or second worst team in football.
So we're the same there.
We're the same. Moving on to the South.
What about Bruce?
Bruce is writing.
Okay.
Moving on to the South. We have Jacksonville, Tennessee, Indy, and Houston.
This is my favorite division in football, and I think it's completely wide open. It's so underrated.
Yeah.
It's so underrated, people don't even realize it. But it's underrated because there's a lot of what ifs.
So big question marks on all of them.
Starting with the Titans, they did so much to their defense. They continued. I think their defense is going to be great. I love their coaching staff. I love what they did offensively. Tyler Boyd. They brought in DeAndre Hopkins last year. They brought in Ridley this year. Tajay Spears and Pollard, it's a great 1-2. It's the same as Cleveland. If Will Levis is good, They have a shot to win this division. There's nowhere to go but down for me with the Texans, but that doesn't mean they're not a division contender. It doesn't mean that they can't win it. I just think that there's so much pressure on them to recreate the wheel, and unlike the Lions, I don't think they have the pieces to do it. Like, of course, it's sexy offensively.
Well, their defense got better over the offseason.
The Colts are – I'm picking the Colts to win this division. They almost won it last year with way less pieces. They have Anthony Richardson back. They have a lot of guys back defensively. Very excited to see what the Colts do. And then the Jaguars, same drill. Like, there's so many what-ifs. Trevor Lawrence returns to form, and if, their revamped pass game is there, I think good things can happen. I'm going with the Colts to win, the Texans to finish in second. Reluctantly, I'm going with the Titans to finish in third. They could win the division. And then the Jaguars are going to finish in fourth. I have the Jaguars finishing last, Doug Peterson getting fired. I do think the Colts win the division. I think the Texans ultimately get in because it's going to be a close division race, like two teams, 1 11-6, 1 10-7. But I like I like Indianapolis to win the division.
I agree with everything you said.
So you have
As
the
far
Colts,
as the order,
Colts winning the division?
yes.
Okay, I have Houston possibly finishing with the best record in football and winning the division. I do have the Colts coming in second with 10-11 wins and making the playoffs. I have Jacksonville finishing a game or two behind the Colts, and I think Tennessee's a 5-6 game winning team. I don't see it yet. It's not there for me. I don't see it. I don't believe in Will Levis. And I think everything that you're seeing in Tennessee right now, there's a chance that they could be really good or a chance that they could be really bad. Like, really bad. I just don't see it from them yet. Moving on. AFC West. We have Denver, Kansas City, Vegas, and the Chargers. Uncle Sam.
Now, Kansas City, road to the Super Bowl goes through there. Then the Raiders. I got them making the playoffs. Then Denver. And then, drawing a blank here.
The Chargers?
Chargers. Yeah.
You have the Raiders making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Chargers are going to be last year's Cardinals. They're going to be competitive in every game just because that's what Jim Harbaugh teams do. They're always competitive. I just don't see it with the pieces. I just don't think they have enough pieces. Give him a year. Chargers in last. I'm with Uncle Sam, I think, all the way down the order. I like Chiefs. The Raiders because of their defense. Don't sleep on Bo Nix. Everyone's talking good things about Bo
Don't
Nix.
sleep on their defense. Their defense is actually pretty good.
Sean Payton defense. It should be
Yeah.
serviceable, but Bo Nix seems to be the real deal. And then we're going to go with the Chargers in last, like I mentioned. But again, the Chargers are going to be in every single game they play. They're never going to get blown out. They're always going to be in it, even against the Chiefs. Chiefs are so lucky. The Chiefs are the reason the parallels.
Patriots.
The reason the parallels with the Patriots are so high is because they are the Patriots. They play in the easiest division, just like the Patriots did, and you get to take your foot off the gas in the regular season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So when the playoffs come around, you can go pedal to the metal. And the Chiefs are better this year, which is saying a lot because they won the Super Bowl last year. They should be on paper better, especially offensively. Chiefs. So my playoff teams, I think, are Chiefs. Chiefs, Ravens, Browns, Jets,
6.
Dolphins,
7.
7.
and then I have 2 in the South as well, which would be the Colts and the Texans. Those are my 7.
So my division for the West, Chiefs win 11, 12, 13 games and win the division. I think the Raiders will win 7 or 8 games. I think Denver will win 6 or 7 games, and I think the Chargers will win 4 or 5 games. It's too. There's not enough there for any of them to put them above 500.
I still think some of them teams are better than them teams in the South. I still think the Raiders are better than 3 of them fucking teams in the South.
You think the Raiders are better than Indianapolis and Jacksonville?
Yes. Well, Jacksonville, yes. Tennessee, yes. Possibly.
Come on, dude.
Possibly.
You're not going to sit here and tell me you
No,
think the Raiders are
possibly
better
Indianapolis.
than Come on.
Yeah. You know what? That's you'll see, dude. Let it play out, and we'll talk about it when it's done.
My playoff teams here, the Jets and Miami. Miami wins the division. Cincinnati and Baltimore. Cincinnati wins the division. Houston and Indy. Houston wins the division, and just the Chiefs out of the West. Moving on, NFC. Let's start with the East. Dallas, Philadelphia, Washington, and the New York Giants. Uncle Sam.
Philadelphia. Then I'm going to put a little surprise in there. Then Washington. Then Dallas and the Giants.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I think Philly rebounds nicely. This is a similar shit or get off the pot year for Sirianni. He could be fired by October.
Hopefully he gets fired.
But I don't think he will. I think Philly wins the division. I do like Dallas second, both of them to make the playoffs. Washington third. The Giants are going to finish in last place in the league. It's the Giants or the Patriots. Well, those are the two worst teams in football, in my opinion. And the Giants go and get their quarterback next year, whether it's Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, the guy Cam Ward from Miami who looked sick the other day. Yeah. Shedeur Sanders, come on down. One of those four will be a New York Giant next year and throwing them Malik Neighbors.
Dallas wins the division. Dallas going to win the division. They do every year. They're going to win 13 football games.
They don't do back-to-back.
I know they don't do back-to-back.
Almost never in that.
Yeah. They almost never do it. I know. I got fried on Instagram for it. I'm aware. Oh. Dak Prescott's going to play out of his mind this year.
Oh,
contract, baby.
I promise you.
Okay.
Dak Prescott is going to be in the MVP race up until the end of the year. And I know that you don't believe it, but he's going to turn it on. And they'll win 13 games, and they'll look like they should be their world beaters. And they'll win this division.
And get bounced in the first round.
Correct. Philadelphia will win 12 games and make the playoffs. They're going to be right there the whole time. Washington will win. If they have a great year for Washington, I think it's 7 wins. And the Giants will be in the fucking toilet. Dabble will lose his job. Daniel Jones is going to sell insurance next year. It'll be the whole thing. That's it. Moving on. Let's do the South.
Another fun-ass division.
Tampa, New Orleans, Carolina, Atlanta.
Yeah. Atlanta Falcons. They're going to win the division. They're going to have a lot of fun this year winning the division. Welcome back, Kirk Cousins. Tampa in second. I don't think Tampa gets in the playoffs, but they're a good team. They're going to finish over 500 again, and they're going to be pushing. You ready for this? Going with the Carolina Panthers third. I think that they rebound nicely. I think Dave Canales is a quarterback whisperer. I'm excited to see Bryce Young this year. And I think the Saints are dumpster fire. Shedeur Sanders, come on down. You're a New Orleans Saint. Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, any one of those guys, they're going to fit right in next year with New Orleans. So I think New Orleans actually finishes last.
Uncle Sam?
Well, I'm going to have Tampa win it. Atlanta in second. I agree with the Carolina third. And I think New Orleans finishes last.
I have Tampa winning the division.
Yep.
I have Atlanta coming in second and making the playoffs. I have Carolina coming in third, and I have New Orleans winning 4 or 5 games and coming in last. So we all agree. Oh no, you picked Atlanta over Tampa.
I only think one team makes it out of this.
I think you'll have two teams.
Only one team.
Only one.
Only one team.
The West. We have Arizona, the Rams, Frisco, and Seattle.
You go ahead, Uncle Sam.
Well, San Francisco win the division. I think the Rams finish second. Both of them make the playoffs. Then the Cardinals. And then Seattle.
Yeah. To me, and you guys you're gonna think I'm crazy. I think it's a toss up between the Niners and the Rams.
I do too.
I'm gonna go with the Niners because of the shit or get off the pot thing. But the Rams are going to best him a couple times to the point where they're going to play him in the playoffs, and the Rams are going to go into San Francisco and beat the Niners in the playoffs. Wow. Yeah, I think they both get in. Rams and Niners both get in. I think the Cardinals push very hard for a playoff spot.
I agree.
And don't get it, and then come back and counter by winning the division next year with a little extra help. And then I'm going to go with Seattle in last. But people are so high on Seattle. People are higher than me on the Cardinals.
I just don't see how they could go better, much better, without Pete Carroll to go to a new coaching regime.
Their staff is good.
I know they're decent. I know.
To your point, you don't want to be the guy after the guy. It's the reason Jerome Mayo is going to fail. The thing is with Mike McDonald is he's just a great coach from great lineage and a great tree, but it's hard to be the guy after the guy.
Right.
And he just needs a leash next year when they go to draft their quarterback. I think he needs a leash to let this thing go because his defenses are going to be really good, and there's pieces offensively to work with. You just need a quarterback to pull all the strings eventually.
I'm going to take San Francisco to win this division. I'm going to take the Rams in second. I'm going to take Seattle in third and Arizona in last. And there's a possibility that I think the 49ers are the only team that makes it from this division. I think the Rams are the first team out, possibly. Because I think if you look at the schedules, I think that it's more likely that Tampa and Atlanta make it than the Rams and Frisco, but I have a heavier Frisco bias.
I actually think only one team makes it out of the East.
Okay, and to wrap it up, the NFC North. Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. I think we're all probably going to agree here. Well, I'll start. I have Detroit winning 13 games, winning the division. I have Green Bay coming in second, winning 10, and I think that's where you have a competition with them and the Rams for who's getting that last spot. It's going to be one of those two. I have Chicago winning 8 games, and I have Minnesota at the bottom, probably winning 5.
I agree with the order.
Yeah, Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings. I think similar to the Cardinals, the Bears are going to be in it until the end. I think the Bears are going to push for a spot. I don't see it with the Packers. I don't know what everyone is high on. I don't understand it. Whatever. Power to you people. If there's a lot of what ifs, if the what ifs pan out, they stay healthy, the receiving core is good, the tight ends take a leap, offensive line improves, the defense is...
The defense is really good.
I don't like the back end of their defense, though. But then
I
think...
do. I like Brisker. I like
Xavier McKinney.
fucking...
I don't like Jair Alexander, though. Like, for every guy I like, there's a guy that's, like, not as good
He's
for
not
me,
there. I thought he was gone.
No, he's there. They gave him second highest cornerback in the league money.
He's a good corner.
Maybe I'm just being a homer. I just don't see with the Packers. I thought they got really lucky last year. I don't think Jordan Love's that good. I think if you're chalking the ball up against good defenses, it's not going to fare well. I do think they ultimately get in, but they get in as the 7th seed.
There's times he looks so good.
And times he looks really bad, yeah.
He looks fucking awful.
Yeah.
He's not totally consistent.
Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings. I'm going Lions, Eagles, Niners, Falcons, Cowboys, Rams, Packers, which is that all the same it's all the same teams except for the Falcons. It's all the same teams as last year except for the Falcons. I have the division winners.
Remember
different.
Falcons got pushed out in, what was it, the last week of the season last
They just
year.
shit. They lost to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I have Dallas, Philly, Detroit, Green Bay, Tampa, Atlanta, and Frisco.
Is it too early for the playoff machine?
It is a tad too early for the playoffs. Should we make a preseason Super Bowl pick right now? And today's show.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm not picking it
Go ahead. I got one.
because you know what I'm thinking.
Go.
I got one.
Go.
Philadelphia Eagles play the fucking New York Jets in the Super Bowl.
Was that last year's too? I think that was.
I think that was last year's too. Yeah, I think it was. You're not picking it?
I think it's going to be the Lions and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
I think it's going to be the Lions and the Texans in the Super Bowl. Okay. Bruce?
Lions, Jets.
Wow. Jesus Christ. And on that note, does anyone have anything else to add?
Have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
Actually,
Gary,
you know
have
what?
fun this weekend.
Bruce has something to add. Camera on you. Camera on you.
Yeah, put your fucking camera on. You.
Add.
No, I was just gonna change it to the Ravens-Lions Super Bowl.
Ravens, Lions.
Correct.
Okay.
It's what everybody wanted last year, and if the script writers are gonna do anything right, they're gonna make it Lions-Ravens.
Great. On that note, we'll see you guys Monday. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. Make sure to follow our socials, Instagram and Twitter at Tip Balls, TikTok at Tip Balls Podcast. If you're listening to us on Apple Music or Spotify, make sure to check us out on YouTube and subscribe so you know when we go live sometime around 5. And join us in the chat because we love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. Enjoy the weekend.